Billie Piper married first husband Chris Evans when she was just 18 years old, and looks back on their marriage as a reckless time of boozing and learning she likens to attending university. Billie Piper was still just 17 years old when she locked eyes with future husband Chris Evans, and believes it was love at first sight. The pop star, who was still dating Five Eve boyband member Richie Neville on and off at the time, appeared on Chris TFI Friday show in the summer of 2000, household name. Chris was 17 years her senior, and Billie, having long had a crush on him, initially feared he'd make fun of her. She was instead relieved to find they had a natural affinity, although she was unable to go. They swapped numbers anyway, and Chris, then 34, asked her out on a date. Thus began a romance that would turn Billie's world upside. For their first date, the budding couple headed out on a London bar crawl, ending the night at Stringfellows nightclub. The very next day, Chris drove to Billie's house in a £100,000 silver Ferrari covered in red roses and asked for her hand in marriage. In her 2006 autobiography Abridged from Growing Pains, Billie, who hadn't yet got her driving license, recalled, "Chris said, 'I know you don't care about any of this, and nor do I, but I had to stop you in your tracks. If you don't want it, sell it and give it to charity. I think you're wonderful. Will you marry me?' I didn't have a clue what to do. What is the etiquette when presented with a racing car? Get in, I suppose. I did just that. I wanted Chris to see me in it. I wanted to show him that I liked it. And what I really wanted was to kiss him. I beckoned him over and we had a quick peck. I said, 'Thank you, Doc.'" After her second date with Chris, Billie ended things for good with Richie, before jetting off with her older lover for a Christmas trip to Madeira. In May 2001, a mere 5 months after their first date, Chris and Billie tied the knot in a whirlwind Las Vegas ceremony. Billie, by then 18, wore a sarong and flip-flops, while Chris donned a shirt and sunglasses. They then settled into married life at Chris' home in Surrey. Although their age-gap relationship sparked controversy at the time, Billie looks back fondly on her marriage with Chris, which she likened to going to university. Opening up with her former doctor who co-star on David Tennant does a podcast with, Billie, now 41, reflected, "I went and got completely hammered for 3 years with Chris Evans. So much fun, just living very hard. But with a lot of love and a big dose of curiosity and just, yeah, amazing time. It's funny because everyone framed that period in my life as these sort of horribly debauched. Irresponsible, me falling apart looking like S, putting on weight, that was really important to me, that period of my life. I needed that. Me not looking perfect every day in a tabloid was the best way for me to heal. Every time there would be a picture of me looking completely groomed and manicured within an inch of my life, I can tell you I was completely unhappy and starving and dark on the inside. And I haven't brushed my hair since," she added. "We really had a really amazing time together. I imagine it's what your uni years feel like, sort of reckless, but you're learning a lot. It was an incredible time and, not to undermine our relationship, because we also had a very loving relationship. We had a very caring and loving relationship. It wasn't always plain sailing, however, and the good times eventually came to an end. The dynamic of the relationship shifted significantly when Billie was cast in the career-changing role of Rose in Doctor Who. Billie's star was on the rise and the differences between them became more apparent. Cracks began to show amid screaming Rose over Billie's burgeoning acting career, with the star hurt over her husband's lack of support.